Hey, how's it going, YouTube? I'm back from the video, and today I'm going to be talking about how Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, and I guess you can also say DeAndre Jordan, to the Brooklyn Nets is going to change the NBA. Now I'm beginning to how it affects the Brooklyn Nets, how it affects the Golden State Warriors, the Celtics, and how it's going to affect next year and then 2 years from now, because obviously Kevin Durant won't be healthy next year. So 2 years from now, I'm going to get into all of that, how all of them to the Brooklyn Nets is going to affect the NBA for a long time to come, and absolutely change the NBA and pretty much the hierarchy on the NBA. Brooklyn Nets have went from laughingstock to playoff team to title contenders. So I mean, definitely a lot of change to begin into this video. So without further ado, without rambling on too much, just get right into this video. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to be able to get to is going to be the Brooklyn Nets. Now, the Brooklyn Nets are getting changed because they are now going from just a good playoff team in the Eastern Conference to now being a legit finals contender, especially 2 years from now when Kevin Durant is healthy. That is going to be a very, very fun team to watch, as they will now have a big three of Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, and DeAndre Jordan, all which of three are definitely top 20, maybe top 25 players in the entire league, because it depends where you rank DeAndre Jordan at this point. But Kyrie Irving is debatably one of the best point guards in the entire league, debatably the best point guard in the entire league, should I say, and is definitely an improvement over D'Angelo Russell. Kevin Durant is debatably the best player in the entire league, so he would just be an improvement over anything. And when you have Kevin Durant on your team, you're a playoff contender, and now that you add Kyrie and DeAndre Jordan, you're a legit finals contender, so they now formed one of the best big threes in the entire league. So I would not be surprised at all if you do see this team go from just being a playoff team to legitimately contending for the NBA Finals in the next 2, maybe even next year, with just DeAndre Jordan and Kyrie Irving. So yeah, but I mean, not only do they have this very, very good big three, they also have a very good team around them. I mean, you have to take in fact, this team was a playoff team last year, and although they did lose D'Angelo Russell, that's pretty much the only person they lost, and D'Angelo Russell isn't good enough to just carry a team to the playoffs, so they did have a pretty good supporting cast around them, as when you look at who they have players like Spencer Dinwiddie, who was at one point the 6th Man of the Year candidate, and is a very good point guard off the bench. Jared Allen, I think a very, very underrated center in this league, very athletic, can grab rebounds a lot, and I think he has a ton of potential to be an all-star one day himself. Terrence Prince, who is a very good role player. Karis LeVert had a very good playoffs and had a very good season last year if he wouldn't have got injured. Kirkus, he's a very good, solid player. Joe Harris won the three-point contest, so a very good role players. Plus, they have rookies like Jalen Hands, Nicholas Claxton, who have played very, very good when they were in college, and I think Claxton's going to be a pretty good big man, and Jalen Hands, if he can go back to his old high school days, he also has a very good chance. So, I mean, they should be able to compete for championships years to come. I mean, Jared Allen still has 2 years on his contract, has a very high ceiling, same with LeVert, same with the rookies, obviously. Joe Harris is pretty young. Spencer Dinwiddie, he's going to continue being solid. Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, and DeAndre Jordan, they're going to continue building chemistry. So this team is going to be a very, very big threat to come in the future. Now, I would not be surprised at all if they are able to topple the Lakers, not next year, but in the 2021 season. I would not be surprised at all if the Brooklyn Nets do end up winning the finals, because that will be the first season Kevin Durant will be coming back from his Achilles injury. But now my second team is going to be affecting is going to be the Golden State Warriors. Now the Golden State Warriors, they had to end up trading KD in a sign-and trade, but they ended up getting D'Angelo Russell out of that, so it was better to let him go for nothing, because if they wouldn't have done the sign and trade, Kevin Durant would have just walked for absolutely nothing, but they were able to get D'Angelo Russell out of it, which was a very, very good thing, and they will likely be flipping D'Angelo Russell for a couple good role players, or even just another star to pair alongside of him, because I don't think D'Angelo Russell is there to stay by any means. I think he's just there until Klay Thompson gets healthy, and once Klay Thompson gets healthy, he will definitely probably be the guy getting traded, as he is on a 4-year deal, so they do have him for quite a while. So I do think the trade will be coming pretty soon after Klay Thompson does end up getting healthy. So probably not next year, but the season after that, D'Angelo Russell will be on the move. But I do think that they will still be a very good team, even with just D'Angelo Russell. Because say they do keep D'Angelo Russell, you could probably you could play a very small ball lineup, put Willie Cauley-Stein at the center, put Draymond Green at the 4, put D'Angelo Russell at the 3, Klay at the 2, and Steph Curry at the 1, and that's still a very, very good team, the playoff contending team. Now, they're no longer the dynasty they once were with Kevin Durant, but depending on who they get in the D'Angelo Russell trade, or if they keep D'Angelo D'Angelo Russell, they are still going to be a very hard out in the playoffs and will still be a good playoff team. But now my third team is going to be affecting is going to be the Boston Celtics. Well, obviously the Boston Celtics lost Kyrie Irving, but they were still able to get a pretty good point guard to replace him in Kemba Walker. So they're pretty much going to be the same team that they were last year. They still have an elite point guard. Their young talent is still going to be developing. They still have Gordon Hayward. So they're pretty much going to be the exact same team as they were last year, just with Enes Kanter and Kemba Walker replacing Al Horford and Kyrie Irving. So the Celtics are the least affected out of anyone. The only reason the Warriors are more affected is because they're losing someone like Kevin Durant. But now let's get into the next 2 years and how it's going to affect the NBA as a whole for the next 2 years. Well, next year it probably won't affect it that much besides the Brooklyn Nets maybe coming out of the East and still making the finals, but I don't see them beating teams like Philly or Milwaukee next year. So without Kevin Durant, that is. So I mean, next year they'll probably just see the Lakers winning the NBA championship against Milwaukee or the 76ers. But and this is all assuming Kawhi doesn't re-sign with Toronto, by the way. If he resigns with Toronto, then obviously Toronto will be another contender out of the East. But then the next 2 years is going to be getting very interesting because Kevin Durant will be back, and I mean, I'm just going to assume at least a 90% version of what he was before his injury. So I mean, 2 years from now, you're going to have a healthy Kevin Durant, a healthy Kyrie, a healthy DeAndre Jordan, a more experienced Jarrett Allen. Spencer Dinwiddie will still be on the roster. Don't know really all the role players yet, but I mean, LeBron's going to be 2 years older. So yeah, they're going to be a legit contending team, and I would not be surprised at all if you see the Brooklyn Nets winning a championship, not next year, but the next. And that's actually my prediction. I think the Brooklyn Nets will be an NBA championship in the next 2 years. But yeah, unfortunately, guys, that's going to be it for this video. So comment below, do you agree with me? Do you think that this is going to change the NBA? Do you think it affects all these teams this way? Did I miss anything? Do anything on here? Our thoughts in the comment section below. And all the other free agency moves I will be making videos on in the future, so don't be on the lookout for that. And also be looking out for the season 3 of the next Super Team videos. Those are always fun to make. They're always successful, and I always really love making them. I will be coming out with those after free agency, so be on the lookout for that. But I hope you have a blessed day. Could have a blessed day, so you need to have a blessed day. See you in the next video. Goodbye, boo, blah, blah, blah.